Welcome, everybody. John Zager. How are you guys? Didn't do a podcast yesterday. I did a YouTube, actually. And that turned out actually pretty good. Excuse me. Been working on Dr. Joe Dispenza's program for 2 or 3 various physical things that have been going on with me, and most of them have gotten corrected, and I wanted to do a little testimonial, I guess, in behalf of Dr. Joe's program. Ended up being a 2-part series. Please go to YouTube and listen to it. They're not very long. They're pretty short. But the stuff works. The stuff works, and that's why I have this podcast thing going on, because it works too. So today, lucid dreams. Lucid dreams. What's lucid dreams? A lucid dream is when you're in the dream and you're asleep and you're actively participating. That's a good way to put it, I guess. There's probably more technical terms to it than that, but we have dreams. We have dreams, and we maybe can recall them as soon as we wake up for a few moments, and then they kind of fade away into the wherever. And sometimes we can remember them. Not very often. Later in the day you might recall bits and pieces of them. But a lucid dream is something where you're actually there at the moment of the dream and you're participating in the dream. It's kind of a mystical experience, being in your own dream and awake in your dream, but sleeping. So, as you get into doing more meditations, I think there's a greater probability that you can experience a lucid dream. I seem to have a few more now than I used to, and I enjoy them a lot. I don't want them to ever end. A lot of this stuff, I guess we probably need to talk about. But a lot of when you're in a lucid dream, you're connecting with the quantum field, the unified field. You're connecting with the universe, right? So everybody on the planet and the universe, sends off vibrations and energy. That's how we all are connected, right? Everything in the universe is connected through vibrations, energy. We're all living. And in the unified field is an opportunity to communicate with one another in sort of another dimension. It's not a matter of, like you and I are talking right now. I'm talking to you, you're listening, and if you called me up, you'd be talking to me. It's not like that. It's another dimension to where you're communicating on a level that has to do with vibrations and energy with everything else in the universe. So it's pretty spectacular if you can get there. Like anything, it takes practice. You have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and maybe eventually you'll be able to connect to the unified field. And then you'll just keep working at it, and as with anything, you'll eventually get better at hooking up with the unified field, the energy source, and the vibrations of the entire universe. So the lucid dream I had was, again, this is a few days later, so I'm having to piecemeal it together. But it was about feeling really light, almost like I was floating, right? And there was no weight associated with me in the dream. The whole concept of person, place, and time, there was no body. I wasn't aware of myself having a body in the dream. There wasn't a place, an environment, surroundings. There was nothing there. So that dimension was gone. And time, there was no time. For me, in my dream. I don't know. Maybe Dr. Joel put his 2 cents worth in and said I had a lucid dream, or you didn't have a lucid dream. I don't know. He's the pro, I'm not. But I had no sense of time. I was aware what time I went to bed, or I started. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I try to go back to sleep by doing a meditation. So I was kind of aware of about roughly a time that I was going to go back to sleep. And what I remember was waking up, from this lucid dream 3 hours later, a long time later. And as I was in my dream, I didn't think in terms of time, but it didn't seem like it was going on for an indefinite period of time. What it was I was able to hook up to the unified field, and I had this total sense of, and this is an overused word, but I don't have another word to describe it. I had this overwhelming sense of bliss. I could not be at a better place in my being. I was totally, I'm going to use a bunch of different adjectives, but I'm not sure that they're going to describe everything correctly, but I felt like everything was okay. Everything was all right. I was surrounded by and engulfed with so much love I've never experienced before in my entire life. Awake. There was just so much love and acceptance and support, and I had this incredible amount of gratitude. Another word that's overused, but it fits here. And thankfulness. And here's the interesting part, and I hope you guys are working these programs, because otherwise I don't know who I'm talking to, but we all have intentions working the program, and one of my intentions happens to be financial security, right? I mean, basically, I don't remember the last time I slept in a house. I don't remember the last time I had any work. And money is a thing of the past. I have this GoFundMe thing to do my research, which is kind of what I'm talking about now. 3 years, nobody's given me a penny. So I live mostly without money, and I don't even know how I do that. I have no idea. But in this lucid dream, it didn't matter. I remember saying, it is unimportant if that intention is ever answered. I have already received more than I could ever imagine. I have already received all the possible money in the world that could matter. I've already got it. I already have it. And I don't care. It's unimportant if my intention is ever answered. And I remember thinking in my dream, are you nuts? And the answer is just, you get to this point when you reach the unified field. Excuse me for my coughs. It's kind of late winter, and I've got this little cough that I've been trying to get rid of. It's no big deal. But when you get there, you're in such a state of bliss that nothing matters. It is that comforting to be at. And then the other thing that happened, I guess for me, is that obviously there's an awful lot of emotion that's going on in your dream. I mean, that's kind of part of the whole deal. But you sort of sense that it might be getting near the end of the dream, right? There's some sort of, I don't know what it is, and I didn't want it to end. And I didn't want to leave. And I didn't want it to stop. And I had some sort of encouragement, I don't know, to go back. Go back to this world. Go back to where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know if this is greater intelligence or the divine or the creator. I'm not sure if that is what was happening. or if it's just the unified field, and it's just so flipping powerful, and it's the creator anyway, so they're both one and the same. I'm not sure. But so I came back, and it was life-changing. Anyhow, that's Lucid Dreams. One last comment. I want to change the subject for just a second, but with Lent going on, I've been fasting, and I've been eating every other day. At about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I have this thing called a super salad. It's just got every conceivable healthy green thing in the world in it. And I thought I would hate it, and I loved it. And so Lent's getting over this week, the end of the week, and next week I am able to go back and eat regularly, I guess. But here's the deal, you guys. This is very, very interesting. Drop down to once a day. Eat at 2. I mean, don't eat in the morning, or don't wait and eat in the evening. But, have one meal a day. And if you could find something, contact me, and I'll get you in touch with this super food. I get at the stores you get those containers, the small, the medium, and the large. I get like the medium one every other day. I am so full. And it's not a lot of food. Don't misunderstand me. We're talking about greens and salads and just wonderful stuff. And it gives me all the energy and vitality. And there's a part where I went through 40 days of this fasting where I got really weak and dizzy and, passed out one time in a store. Nobody even gave a hoot, and I eventually woke up and brushed off my trousers and went on with what I was doing. But after you get past this thing where you lose your strength and everything, you begin to get strong, mentally, physically, spiritually. You don't get hungry. You don't have hunger cravings. I hardly ever think about food anymore. So come next week when I can go back, I'm not going back. I'm going to continue to just eat every other day. I've lost 30 pounds. Pretty much it's right on 30 pounds. And now, eating this every other day, I'm maintaining my same weight because I check it every day or two, right? My weight's staying right at where it's supposed to be. No more weight loss. So I think that's kind of cool. But, golly, I just looked at my deal and I wondered if I went over a minute. Ha 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 ha. So, hope you're all having a good day. It's raining here in Colorado. What day is it? Wednesday. God bless everybody. I hope you all have the opportunity to have a lucid dream. Please meditate, meditate, meditate. It just downloads every nasty thing out of your body. That's the other part with that lucid dream. I forgot to mention this. One last comment. I could just feel a dump going on with me in this lucid dream. All the nasty genes and cells and disease and just stuff that would be not good for your immune system. I could just feel everything just flush right out of my body. I have no idea what that was. Wow. That was powerful. Anyway, okay, so I've rambled on enough. And please, if you're listening, turn somebody on to these things and gosh darn, I sure want to get tons and tons and tons of people. And I want them to start going to my website, johnzager.com. And I'd like to start doing podcasts where people call in. Maybe we can do more group meditations. Maybe we can figure out some way to get some workshops going, some places for me to come and talk to you guys and visit some more. I walk around and I see so many people that are sick and they don't want to get well. And they don't want to hear this stuff. And this stuff works. So, everybody have a good day. Have fun with whatever you're doing. I'll catch up with you probably tomorrow. God bless you all. See you later. Thanks. Bye.